Good morning all. Online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Online students, could you please confirm? Phone chat. Okay, so it is clear, right? Done. So let's start the session. In today's class, we are going to discuss the next topic of Power BI. This is the last topic of Power BI. With this, the entire Power BI will be completed, except one major project on Power BI. Apart from that, everything will be completed by today, right? Now coming to the Power BI, within the Power BI, the last step which we are going to discuss is called as data modeling. Okay. Now, so in the Power BI, okay, here we are having in the Power BI, this is first one is a report where we are going to generate the reports for our analysis purpose. Okay. What are the observations we are going to make? This one. So we may create the multiple pages. We may create multiple pages, and using these multiple pages, we are going to have the analysis. So we are going to observe multiple things. Observations will be multiple, and we are going to make these observations through tables or through plots or through applying the various filters and conditions. So the first one is called as report view, where report view means where we are going to report the data. Second one is called as table view. Table view means once you load the data, you can observe what are the table is there or what are the data set is there. The data set you can view here. In this data set, you can view. That is called as table view. Next one is called as model view. What is meant by model view means what are the different tables are there. Multiple tables connections you can see here, which is nothing but schema. Okay. So in the database, we call it as database schema, or which is also, if you represent that on a paper, it is called as ER diagram. Now the same thing we are going to represent here. And this is also here, it is called as schema only. Here, this schema is called as star schema. The name of this schema is called as star schema. So where star schema is nothing but showing the connection between the tables. So here we are having in terms of two schemas. One is called as star schema. First one is called as star schema, and the second one is called as one more we are having called as snow flask schema. Snow flask schema. These are the two schemas which we are having. So in the today's class, we are going to discuss data modeling along with the schemas. Now, first, let's start with the data modeling. What is meant by data modeling? So data modeling it is a process of creating the relationship between the tables. So you are going to connect between the tables. Multiple tables will be there. You are going to try to connect between the multiple tables. The process of connecting the relations between the multiple tables is called as data modeling. And it is used for creating the efficient reports. When the data was created, when they're connected to each other, the data interpretation. Sir, what is the efficient reports means? Very simple. Once you apply any filter on one table, it will be impacted on the other one. On one table, on one dimension, if you apply any kind of filter, it will be reflected on other tables with other column names. So like that, they are going to have the connection. So it is a process of creating the relationship between the tables. And it is used for creating the efficient reports for data interpretation. As everyone knows, in general, any database consists of multiple tables. So in the multiple tables, for example, I'm having the table 1. Your table 1 consists of employee ID. You are having some kind of employee ID like this. So you are having an employee ID. Along with the employee ID, you are also having in terms of employee name and employee phone number. If you are having a table like this, these are the two tables which you are having as an example purpose. Here you are having the two tables. What are the two tables means? Table 1 consists of employee ID, employee name and employee phone number. Second table consists of, so this is the table 1. Table 1 consists of employee ID, name and phone number. And table 2 consists of employee ID and his role and salary. Okay. Now here I'm going to have the employee ID number 1 and the role of the man. He is a manager. Let's take an example of manager and he is drawing a salary of 2 lakhs. Now here if I want to get this table, if I load this table in my data set and if I'm observing here, I'm going to have the multiple IDs. Employee IDs will be there along with the roles will be there. In that manager will be there. Okay, some senior executive will be there or architect will be there or data scientist will be there. Okay, data scientist, data analyst, data scientist, architect, something you are having the different people and their salaries. Now when I load only this particular table into my Power BI, now I'm going to observe the unique values of the role and what is the average salary of the manager, what is the average salary or what is the maximum salary. All these details I'm going to observe the details and which is called as observations or analysis, which I'm going to do this one. Now but if I want the name of the manager, what is the name means, then it will be in the another table. The details will be available in the another table. So some details will be in one table, some details will be in the another table. The same employee ID, the name of the person and phone number of that person will be in another table, some other table, right? So here in general, the database consists of multiple tables and the tables, what are they are having employee ID, employee name like this, and they are connecting between the each other. Now, once you import the tables in Power BI, Power BI tries to connect some tables based on the column names. Every table may not be connected. So it depends on the values, internal values, along with the common name. Okay. So for example, column name you are having like this in the table 1, employee ID. Employee ID. You are having the table 1. In the table number 2, you are having also same employee ID. In that also you are having in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how you are having here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something same related values are there. Then it will assume that these both are connected to each other and it gives automatically the connection. For example, here employee ID is that name, but internally you are having some kind of SRK or Siva or Rama, something like this you are having. Then it will not do the connections. Though the column name is same also, it will not give the connections. Okay, so it's all depends on the column name along with that internal data also. Now here, what I'm going to do means I'm going to discuss with you for discussing the multiple tables. I'm going to take a simple example. Okay, what is that example is? This is the data set which I have created, a small example for understanding purpose, which is called as movies. Movies related table. Now, sir, already earlier in the IMDb data set, we are having the multiple tables now, sir. Can't we connect them? That one also I'm going to show you. The same IMDb data set, whatever we have executed in SQL, same database we are going to load here in the Power BI. Directly we are going to give the connection to the database. And here itself we can do the data cleaning. Okay, now everything we'll discuss one by one. As of now, if you assume that in the Excel sheet, you are having the multiple tables. What are the tables means? Table number 1 is movie ID. Movies is the table name. Okay, in this table, you are having the movie ID 1 and 2. Movie name, movie A, movie B. Just a simple, for simple purpose, I have created a small data set. Okay, not with multiple records, just based on the 2 records for understanding purpose only. Here major thing is not analysis now. If I having more amount of data, then I can do the analysis. Here rather than analysis, I'm focusing on the connections. Means, for example, in the SQL, how we are going to draw the ER diagram? You are going to keep the table Table name. What is the table name? Table name is movies is the table name. Here sheet name. What are the sheet name is there? That is the table name. And within that movie ID, and within that movie name and duration, language, hero ID, like this. You are going to draw the ER diagram. So same way, I'm trying the same thing. Majorly, I'm focusing on the schema, or majorly I'm focusing on the relationships, how to connect between them. So I'm not having the much amount of data. Okay. Now, movie ID, movie name, duration, language of the movie, hero ID, along with the heroine ID and director ID. Now, second table is called as collection. In the collection, I'm having the collection ID, that is 1 and 2, which is primary key in the database, and movie ID 1. Movie ID 1 means, which is the movie ID means movie A. Movie A, how much it has collected? Collected information is not in this table. How much the movie has collected means that movie has collected this much of amount. And the date, what are the date it has released? And at the same time, what is the region? Which region it has given the maximum amount of collection? What are the here you have taken? Which region has given the maximum collection? Like this, I'm having some data here. Now coming to the regions, here you are having the region 1, region 2. Here I'm going to give the regions as region 1 and a region 2. So here you can add, instead of max region, you can add the region ID also. Region ID 1, region ID 2, and that regions you can keep here. Next one is date. In the date, I'm having, observe this one, date, composite date. Column name is composite date, and these are the dates, and where you're having day, month, and year. Here in the collection also, within the collection, you are having the date column. Here also you are having the date column, but here the collection, whatever the date column you are having is date. Here, what is the column name you have given is composite date, different column name. And similarly, here you have given the max region. In this case, you have given the region name. Internal content is region 1 and region 2. Here also region 1 and region 2. Basically both are same, but column names are different. Okay, then what we have to do? For that reason, I have taken a different column names. Next one is heroine, heroine ID, and what is the heroine name. And next one is hero, hero's names. And similarly, directors, directors names, like this. And hero, heroine is heroine 1, ID number 1 is some heroine name. What are the heroine name, like Samantha, or what are the heroine name. And here you can see for the movie 1, what are the heroine ID you are having? Heroine ID is 1. Who is heroine ID 1 means that will be available in the heroine table. Hero ID 1. Who is hero ID for this particular movie means who is the hero means it will be available in the heroes. And similarly, director 1 means who is the director 1 ID means you have to open the directors table. Okay. Now, these are the tables which I am having. Now, let me load this data set here. Okay. First time, I'm going to show you how to connect between the Excel sheet. Once this example was completed, I'll show you how to load directly the database into the Power BI, and how we have to do the data cleaning in Power BI already we have discussed in the last class itself. And followed by how to do the analysis also we have discussed, and how to do the presentation also you already know. Just in the end, everything you can do in the Power BI, just only thing is you have to load the data into the Power BI. Either you can connect the database to the Python, either you can connect the database directly to the Power BI also. Now, here just I'm trying to load the Excel sheet. Okay, what are the Excel sheet I have created? I'm trying to load, and the Excel sheet name I have given as data modeling example. This is not a data set, it is an example. A small example for creation purpose. It is not data set, or it is not the project, or it is not comes under case study also. Just an example, a small example. Okay. Now, once you have connected like this, okay, after connecting, here it is asking the multiple sheets are there. So since I'm having movies, collection, region, date, heroine, hero, director, like this, I'm having the multiple sheets. It is showing the various sheets. For example, within the sheet, again, tables are multiple tables are there. Then it will show bottom also tables. In the bottom, it will show the tables. If in a single sheet, multiple tables are available. Okay, in this sheet only, if you are having the one table like this, okay, and where you are having the first table, And in the same sheet, you are having another table here. This is in the same sheet. Sheet name is movies. Two tables are there. Then it is going to show table 1 and table 2 here. Okay. Here as of now, it is showing the sheet names only. Now, what are the sheet names I'm having? Collection, date, movies, region. Total 4 of them I'm going to load. Here it is already a simple data set, no need of cleaning or anything. So I'm not going to click on the transform. Directly I'm going to click on the load. Okay, if any data, wrong data is available, then first you have to click on the transform. After cleaning only, you have to do the analysis. That is the order, right? Now, coming to this, once I have loaded the data, so here, can you see the 4 sheets? 4 different tables are available. Sorry, class Luna. Class command. Okay, so we are having the 4 sheets, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 and sheet 4. We are having the 4 sheets and you are going to try to load the 4 sheets in terms of 4 tables. Now, if you click on the model view, you can see here the model view like this. So 4 tables are, what are the 4 tables we have loaded? The 4 tables are visible here. Okay, in our SQL, it is called as entities. Each table is called as entity, but here it is called as table only. It is not called as entity. That technical words which are used in the Power BI are different. The technical words which you are going to use in the SQL are different. Concept might be the same, but technical words are different, right? Now, here the movies, what are the movies table is there? And this is the collection table. I'm keeping the collection table, date. You can keep wherever you are interested like this. You can move their positions. Just you have to select like this. Now, here it has selected automatically. Can you see here? These two are selected automatically. And what is this relationship means? If you click on that, it will say that in this movie ID, in the movies table, movie ID is connected to the within the collection table of movie ID. Because since the column names are same, along with the internal content also same, it is taken automatically like that. Okay, but it has not connected to the region name and max region, or it has not connected to the date. It has connected only to this. Okay, some of the connections may not be established by default. Some of the connections will be selected automatically by Power BI. That is the sentence which I have written here. In Power, once you import the tables in Power BI tries to connect some tables based on the column names. It tries to connect automatically. At the same time, everything will not be done. Now, so here what I'm going to do means I'm going to connect the tables. Which two tables I want to connect means region name and max region. I know these both are same. Though the column names are different, both are having the same. Whether it is in the regions, also regions, what are the different regions are there? So generally, what are the different regions will be there? Like, for example, if you go with the regions, okay, regions. So we are having the regions like Andhra, Seagate, Nizam, okay, within the AP and Telangana, we are having like this. Or regions like Tamil Nadu, Tamil and Kannada, Hindi. For example, Pushpa movie is there. Now, Pushpa movie has released worldwide. In the multiple regions, it has released. So we are having the various regions. Region names will be there. Now, here in this collection, max region indicates to the which region has given the maximum value. Okay, whether Andhra has given the maximum or Bihar has given the maximum or whichever the region or state name, whatever it is. Some people will say overall Hindi as a Bollywood. Some people will say exclusively Maharashtra, or in the Bihar, the Pushpa movie is very high, something. So what are the list of regions you are having? Within the list of various regions, in that particular movie has collected with respect to from which region. Some movies are there. They are not super hit in one area. There might be a very extraordinary super hit in the another areas. Okay. Some movies will be there. That will be common in every areas. That will be common. Okay. So some regions will give the maximum turnover. Okay. This is the scenario. Now here I want to connect the region name with the maximum region. This is the requirement. Now how to connect? To connect between these two, we are going to use two options are there. Option number one is simply select the region name and drag into the max region and simply connect them. So it is going to show you the region and max region. In the regions table, region name, within the collection table, max region. These two are connected to each other, and click on the, here cardinality is showing as 1 to 1. Ignore this one. As of now, you don't know what is cardinality now. As of now, just ignore. I will explain that one also in another 5 minutes. Okay. So like this, you are going to do the connection between the two tables. Is the point is clear? Now, I'm going to show you the second option. What is the second option means? This option is applicable when you are having the less number of columns. For example, here you are having the less number of columns. All the columns are visible. For example, 50 columns are there. Now here you are going to select the region name. In this 50 columns, how to, for example, here only you have remaining columns are there. You have to drag them down and you have to see wherever it is applicable and you have to select that one. It would be somewhat difficult sometimes. No sir, this is easy only sir. Just I will move drag down like this, and after that wherever it is there I will drag down like that. It is only easy only sir. That is not a problem. Is go with this one only. Second option is here there is a manage relationships. Within the same model view, you are having here manage relationships. Click on this manage relationships. Already two relations are available. Now I'm going to add the new relation called as third one. So just I'm going to select here, and now tell me which two you want to connect. I want to connect the collections table date to the composite date of date. Okay, composite within the date, composite date. These two has to be connected to each other. Now here I'm going to select first which table you want. I'm going to select the table name is collection. Within the collection table, which date, which column I have told you? Date. So select the date. Come to the second table. In this, what is the second table? Date. In that, what is the second, one more column? Composite date. These two. And after selecting like this, now click on the save, and automatically it will add the new connection like this. Add it. Is the point is clear, everyone? You have to connect like this. Sir, which two columns has to be connected? In the database, you know how the data will be connected now. Same thing as this you have to do here. In the database, what are the connections between the tables are there? Same connections you have to give here. So ER diagram will be how it is going to be useful for you within the SQL. Same way here also. Okay. So whenever you receive a data, ER diagram is mandatory. Schema is mandatory. Then only we'll understand which two tables are connected to each other, and then only we can do the analysis also. We can combine the data, we can analyze the data, we can filter the data, everything we can do once we understand the schema. Okay. Now, just for your easy understanding purpose, just I'm trying to keep everything in a side by side like this. So diagram, see, you can keep, if you add the diagram wherever you're interested, neatly place them. Pictorial representation, try to bring into the, which will be clear for you for your understanding purpose. Now, in this, this particular table, collection table is called as fact table. And the remaining three tables, they are called as in terms of dimensions table. This one is called as dimension table. This is called as dimension table. And this one is also called as dimension table. These three are called as dimensions table. Center table is called as dimension table. Okay. Now, do you remember the SQL child table and parent table? And which one is called as child table, which is called as parent table? Where you are having with the foreign key and primary key. A table which has only the primary key but without no foreign key. That particular table is called as parent table. Okay, without foreign key. Now, similar way, here also a table which has multiple connections. This table which is called as fact. The center one is called as fact. For this, foreign keys are available. For this, only primary keys. For this one, primary key will be there. This one also primary key. This one also has primary key only. But this table will have the foreign key. Simply to say, child table is considered as fact. Parent tables are considered as dimension table. This is called as facts dimension diagram. Okay, facts dimension. Okay, facts table, dimensions table. Okay, now with the fact table, dimensions will be added. So multiple tables will be connected to the fact table, to your fact table. So now let us assume your fact table, I'm drawing like this. And for this, you are having the multiple subtables. Okay, multiple tables are connected. The center one is called as fact table, dimension, 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 dimension. And since the diagram will represent some kind of star type, so this one, this one, this one, and this one, they are connected with a star type. Okay, so it is called as star schema. It represents with respect to a star type. Okay, not this type of star, instead of this star. Okay, so where you are having the multiple tables. So in this diagram, center one is the central table. Here multiple dimensions will be connected. Center table with this. So this is called as star schema. This diagram, what are the diagram you are saying is called as star schema in Power BI. Now, for example, for one star means for already for fact table, you are having the dimension. One dimension is available. Again for this, again you are having the multiple tables connection. With this only again multiple tables are connected. Then for this table again you are having the connections. So main table again sub table, within that sub again one more sub is there. Then it is called as snowflake schema. So flax schema. Okay. So you are having with respect to star schema along with the snowflake schema. Two types of schemas are there. Is the point is clear? So what is star schema means? It has only fact table along with the dimensions. Means main table, sub tables. If main table along with the sub tables are there, it is called as star schema. Within the sub table again, within that again one more sub table. Sub only, for that again particular sub. Then it is considered as snowflake schema. Is the point is clear? Facts dimension is clear. Star schema is clear. Snowflake schema is clear. Everyone? And connection between them is also clear. Now let us move on to the next one is called as cardinality. Yes. Abhay is asking that within the table, multiple tables. Okay, sub tables are multiple. Okay, sir, we can connect the same data types columns only, right? Obviously, same data type columns only we have to connect. Values also will be the same. Values also will be the same. Simply one column in one table and the same column in another table. How you are going to connect the primary key and foreign key within the SQL? Same logic. No difference. Yes, I told you now that it is used for creating the efficient reports for data interpretation. Means if you apply the filter, let's take an example. What are the question you are asking? So for example, here I have applied the filter. For the heroine, I have applied the filter. Hero ID, I have applied the filter. Now, wherever the hero ID is applicable, it will be related to that. The entire data also will be changed. Once you apply the filter on one table, it will be impacted on the other table also. For example, here movie ID filter you have applied. In this table you have applied. That table impact will be available here also. When you enter into the data analysis, then you will understand. Okay. Is the point is clear? Practical application, you will see once we load some data and then we apply the filters, then you'll observe the difference, the advantage of connections. Sorry. Yes. So you can connect between first only you can create the schema and later you can do the transformations also. That is not a problem. For example, this is there. Later you can click on the transform data. That is not a problem. Okay, but perfect data is there miss, then analysis will be correct. If anything wrong is there miss, you only going to get the wrong analysis. Wrong analysis means some errors in between. So though I have applied the filter here, it is not applicable miss. Why you are not going to get like that miss? Because either proper connections will not be there or you have not cleaned the data properly. Either data transformation first or data modeling also first. Anything is fine. You are asking the order only, na? First, which one? Data modeling or data transformation? That is the question, right? Now, for example, I'm connecting the database now only. Like let us take IMDb database. I have loaded. First, I'm going to load the multiple tables. After loading the tables, first I'll draw the schema. I'll complete the connection first. Means what I have completed first? Data modeling. Now, once I have observed the data modeling, later I will do the data cleaning. The database, what are the ER diagram is there, represent the same ER diagram in the Power BI. What are the database you are having? Now, do you remember this diagram? What are the diagram I am having during the SQL? Okay, let me get back. So as one of the student is asking the question, when we have to use the star schema or when we have to use this particular this one. Okay, that is the question. Now for this question, now here, okay, 1 minute. This is the 3 tables are there. In these 3 tables, you are going to connect between them. Now in these 3 tables, what are we having? This is the fact table. These are the dimension tables. For the fact table, dimensions are added. Okay, which is the child. Do remember the first, before understanding the data modeling, to understand the data modeling in Power BI, my requirement, prerequisite. What is a prerequisite means? Do you know what is meant by child table in the SQL? Yes or no? Do you know what is meant by parent table in SQL? Yes or no? And if do you know what is meant by ER diagram? Yes or no? And at the same time, do you know what is meant by primary key and foreign key? And using this schema, ER diagram or schema, database schema, yes or no? First tell me this one. If I remember this one, I know, at the same time I remember, then come to the data modeling. Data modeling means directly we are not going to create the data in the Power BI now. Data will be already available. We are going to load the data. From the database we are going to connect. Data we are not going to create in the Power BI. Now here, this child table, what are the child table is there? The child table will be considered as fact. Parent table will be considered as dimension. Same schema. What are the schema diagram there in the SQL is there? The scheme diagram here also we have to write. That is called as database schema. This is called as star schema. Same thing as it is. No difference. Point is clear? Any question now? Whichever the diagram is already available, the same thing you are going to use here. Sir, for example, if it is not there, that diagram is not there or nothing is there, database only not there. You only created the tables. Here as an example, I only created now. This example only I have created now. This example is, okay, what are the example in the Excel sheet I am showing to you? This is example which I have created. This is available in the database, huh? No, right? This is not available in the database. This Excel file I only created. I know that which tables are connected to each other. Because I only created, na? Who created? Either someone has to create or you have to create. Two options will be there. If someone has created means they have to give the ER diagram to you. You created means you know what is the connections are there. Only two options now. You created means because in this example I created. So I created means I know which two columns are connected to each other. While writing that one, while creating this Excel sheets, I remember that in the movies I have taken the movie ID only. But what is the movie ID name? What are the name of the movie and everything I have given here. But in the same time, what is the collection I have kept in the second table. I know this collection table, this collection movie ID and this movie ID are same. I know that one. While creating only, I know that one because I created. Since you don't know that one, when I'm creating this example in my home, when I'm doing this work, I know this one, these both are connected to each other. Since you don't know, what I have to do? I have to provide you the ER diagram. I have to tell you these two are connected to each other. These two are same. I'm going to say orally miss no. In the company just will provide the ER diagram, and ER diagram once you receive that one, okay, you'll understand automatically these two are connected to each other. Okay, your manager is going to share you the ER diagram. Okay, is the point is clear? Now, once you have received the data, and from there you are going to connect the tables like this. Now, in this table, three tables are there. In these three tables, it is nothing but star schema. Now, instead of this, now this one, it is star schema or Snowflake schema. Simple. Because this is up to without this one. Without this one. For example, I am removing this part. This part is not there. Only this part is there. Now this part is added. Within the dimension, again internally one more dimension has came. For dimension only, again dimension has came. Means this is already foreign key. For already foreign key means these details are available here. Again for this, again foreign key is there. Multiple connections internally. So it is called as Snowflake schema. Is the point is clear now? Everyone? So that is the difference between them. Next, online students, Manjari, is your question is clear? And other students? Krishna? Yeah, Snowflake schema. Right? Krishna, your question is clear? And still others. Abhay, your question is clear? Now, coming back. So when you are going to do the connections, clearly you can see here the number called as 1. Number is 1 is there. 1 is there. Sometimes you'll get the 1. For example, I'm going to click on the properties. And here 1 to 1, instead of 1 to 1, I'm going to keep many to 1. Then when it is many to 1, can you see here star and 1? What is star to 1 means? Star means many. 1 means many to 1. This is 1 to 1. 1 to 1 means 1 to 1 relation is there. If for example, if I keep here star, this one I'm going to keep like this. Let us modify. Okay. What is this meaning? I will explain in just in 1 minute. So just I'm trying to keep like this. Now what happens? It is going to be star to star. Star to star means many to many. What is this? So once while creating the connection only, you have to create this one, or you can edit that one. Editing can be possible, creation also possible. So for example, I want to connect the region versus max region. These two I want to connect to each other. Okay, while connecting to each other, it is asking 1 to 1, 1 to many, many to 1, many to many. Total 4 options are there. Observe here. 1 to many, many to 1 to 1, many to 1, many to many. Total 4. Please take a note of these 4. Table 1, table 2. Connection between the two tables you are going to give like this. Now, sir, between the table 1 and table 2, can I keep the two connections? two connections between the two tables only is there. Only two tables are there. Two tables are connected with two connections can be connected means you are going to have with respect to one active relationship. You cannot have the multiple active relationships. So for one table to one table, one connection is sufficient. No need to connect the multiple tables. I mean multiple connections. Okay. So one connection, one active relationship will be there. I think this question one of the offline student has asked earlier during the SQL, right? So now you are going to have here one relationship. Okay, one active relationship. If you try to connect, for example, let's take like this. Okay, here already I'm having the can you switch on once? Plug connection was given, but he has switched on. Plug ni కొంచెం గట్టిగా నొక్కవా? నొక్కే ఉందా? Okay, done. Perfect. Thank you. Right now coming back, so here we are having in terms of four tables. Now in these four tables, for example, these are the two tables, one is collection and this one, two tables, and here also we are having the two tables. Now for example, assume I'm going to take the collection ID, I'm connecting to the hero ID. Of course both are not same, but when I try to connect, okay, now see here it is I'm trying to connect between the two tables. Okay, already for these two tables they are connected to the movie ID of the movies and movie ID of the collection already connected. Now for the same two tables I'm making the relation one more relation and I'm going to click on the save. Now can you see here, this one is two you have got, one is with respect to normal line, second one is dotted line. What is this dotted line means? It is inactive. If you click on the manage connections, can you see here in terms of first one, collection ID to the hero ID, which is inactive, and with the movie ID to movie ID active, because already those two tables are connected to with one relation. Now we are trying with one more relation. For two tables, one relation is sufficient. Any two tables are there, between the two tables you want to connect means one relation is sufficient. No need of multiple relations. If you are having the multiple means any one only will be active. If you make second relation active means first one will be on hold. Any one only will be active. And if you want to remove the relation, simply you can delete like this. Or if you want to for example I want to delete this one, or if you want to switch to active means it will be active. Once it is active it will be deactive. So when you are having the multiple things like this, for example two tables like movies table and collection table. Okay, let me delete this one. Okay, let me connect the first one is movies only. Here also let me take movies only, movie of hero ID. Let me add to the collection ID. Okay, and okay, now let me check manage relationships. So can you see clearly movies, collection, table name. In that now again you are having the two relations, out of which one of them is inactive, one of them is active. I'm trying to switch to active, this one. Now this is active, this is also active. Now you are trying to have the two active relationships. Now when you try to work on the two active relationships, what happens means during your analysis, when you apply the filter, it will give you a different solution. In the analysis filter is enough. Filter means selecting the data. Now when you try to select the data, it will give in a wrong way. The result will be in a wrong way. Okay, because when you try to add the multiple connections, it will lead to the confusion and it is going to lead to the wrong analysis. Wrong. So what is wrong analysis? Wrong analysis means wrong plot. My meaning is a wrong plot. It is going to show you a different. Now you'll ask, sir, I have selected in the filter country name. Though I have selected the country name also, it has automatically added the state name also, sir. I have not given the state name. Without giving also, it is taking automatically. Why? Because you are having the multiple relationships. It will take like that automatically. You will get a wrong output. Though you are applying filter properly also, it will not applicable properly. So in that case, what we are going to do is first we have to check the proper connections, and whichever is the wrong connections are there, those connections we have to remove. Don't keep two active connections for the same two tables. Okay. Delete. I'm deleting this one. Is the point is clear, guys? Now, next point is coming to the cardinality. Cardinality means having with respect to connections. One to one to many to one, many to many. So total 4 options are there. Many is represented as star. Star means meaning is many. Okay. Now, so here let's take an example for each of them examples. For one to one, what is the example I'm going to take is one to one. I'm going to take the example called as person and Aadhaar card. So for one person, one Aadhaar card will be there. In the Aadhaar card also, one person name only will be available. Okay. For one person, one Aadhaar card. In the Aadhaar, if you select any Aadhaar card, if you take any Aadhaar card, in that only one person name will be there. One person details only will be there. Multiple person details will not be there in the Aadhaar card. Okay. So one person, one Aadhaar, and one Aadhaar with one person. So it is one to one. Now come to the one to many. Like let us take the movie and collections. Okay. Let's take the movie name called as Bahubali. Okay. Bahubali. And one Bahubali 2. Okay. For example, Bahubali 1 has made with X amount. Bahubali 2 was made with the Y amount. And Pushpa 1 has made with the Z amount. Now, one movie is having one collection. At the same time, there might be any other movie. Some other movie called as name of the movie is Pushpa 2. It may also have the collection of X amount only. Exactly, it is possible now. So for one movie, multiple collections are possible. Sorry, one movie collections will be with respect to like this. For collections, movies will be multiple. Collections are multiple. Okay. For one movie will have how many collections? One movie will have how many collections, guys? One collection only. Movie will have how many collections? Means one collection only, one certain amount, total amount. But collection amount can be, for example, one movie has collected 100 crores. Assume 100 crores it has collected. 100 crores is by only one movie. Yeah? No, can be with multiple. So collections can be star mark, movie can be one. So it is called as one to star, one to many. Collections, for collections, any movie can be there. 100 crores, exactly the same number can be done by the multiple movies. But for one movie, one collection number only will be there. Is the point is clear? Next one is many to one. Many to one is in a movie, songs to the movie. For example, song 1, song 2, song 3, song 4, song 5. For one movie, all of them are connected to single movie. All these are connected to single movie. For one movie, songs. Okay. So this is many to one. Is the point is clear? Multiple songs can be there for a single movie. Is the point is clear? Sir, one movie can have multiple songs. No, sir. If you see from movie point of view, it is one to many. If you see from songs point of view, many to one. From which point of view to which point of view? If you see from this side, from movies, what is the songs? One movie can have how many songs? Multiple songs. So first table is movie table, second table is songs table. Then what is the connection you have to give? One to many. For example, you have selected first table as songs table. Your songs table is the first table you have selected. Here, I told you now, within the manage relationships, you are going to click on the manage relationships. In this, which table you are going to select first one? Which table you are selecting first one? For example, I have selected here movie table as the first one. Here I have selected the second table as songs table. Then what is the relation I have to give between them is one to many. For example, if I have selected here songs table, and here I have selected the movies table. Second one is movies table. Multiple songs are connected to one movie. Many to one. So which is the first table to which is the second table? Properly you have to give accordingly. Is the point is clear? Everyone. Many to one and one to many is clear now? Now some students will ask the question, sir, as earlier you told now, a movie can have multiple collections. I mean, one collection, but collections can be with multiple movies. If you are saying from this to this, so a movie, one movie can have one collection, and collections can be with multiple movies. Now coming to the many to many. Now I'm going to explain for many to many. This is many is movies and this is heroes. Okay, now in a movie you may have multiple heroes. Like let us take the Gopala Gopala. Okay, now in this movie we are having with respect to two heroes. One is Pawan Kalyan and second one is Venkatesh. Okay, I'm explaining with the Telugu movie. Okay, if you are out of Telugu, miss, let us take one Hindi movie so that it will be apt for most of the students. Miss, select any other movie as per your choice, but I don't know. You select. Okay, now coming to this one, here I'm having the two movies. So one movie, multiple heroes can be there. At the same time, this particular hero will act only with this movie? No. Pawan Kalyan itself will act the various movies. Right? Like with multiple movies names are there. Similarly for Venkatesh also, multiple movies are there. So this is with respect to movies with heroes. Okay, a movie, multiple multiple heroes movies to heroes. Now, for example, sir, a movie is having only one hero. Now, in this case, now tell me, guys, you have to tell me. This is a movie versus a movie which has only one hero. Movie which has one hero only. Now, what is the relation? For one movie, one hero only, but hero can have the multiple movies. So it is one to many. This one, a movie which has multiple heroes. This is multi-star movie. This is one star movie. One star means hero, one hero movie. Star means not rating. Multi-hero or one hero. Multi-hero or one hero. Here multiple heroes are there. And that hero will act in the multiple movies. But for this one, movie is one movie only. In that also one hero only is available. One to many. Is the point is clear? Every example is clear? One to one, one to many, many to one. Just very simple logic. Don't unnecessarily don't get confused. First you take the table one. In the table one, select the column. What are the column? This column, whatever it has, for that particular only it will have or multiple it will have. Just you have to understand yourself. Multiple are there means write the star mark. Only one is there means one you write. For the table 2 also you take in that column. For that multiple options are available or single are available. If multiple miss star, one miss one. Connect between them. Either like this or like this. Total 4 connections are possible. Clear? Cardinality is clear for everyone? Anyone has any questions on cardinality? One to one, one to many, many to one, and many to many. Guys, here many to many, I'm collecting the multi-hero movie. This is not a movie with single hero. It is multi-hero movie. Multi-hero movie, two heroes. Means, to be more precise with you, okay, this is the movies table, guys. Okay, let me write movies table. In the movies table, movie ID 1, movie ID, movie name, movie name, and hero ID. Okay, now movie ID is 1. Movie name is Gopala Gopala. And who is the movie hero ID is 1. Same repeated one more time. 1, GG, and hero ID is 2. Okay, now in another table name is heroes. In that, hero ID is there along with the hero name is there. Now hero ID is 1, his name is PK. Hero ID 2, his name is Venkatesh. Now here in this one, you are having the multiple heroes. Here you are having with the heroes can be acted. So here, for example, movie ID 2. Okay, second movie. The movie name is OG. Hero ID is 1. And next movie is one more movie name is with respect to Venkatesh movies, some name, whatever you are interested. No, Naku Nachav. Okay, and this is the hero movie ID 2. Or Sankranti Vastunnam movie ID 2. This is the movie ID. Like this. You can write the movie names, whatever you are interested. Now see here, this hero, but here it is repeated. No. Now in this case, what happens? Since the movie we are having the multiple are possible, so it is considered as star. Here also it is considered as star. Okay, you are going to give the connection between many to many. Simple. Is the point is clear? Guys, in a flow, I'm writing only the Telugu movies. I'm not that much of good at Hindi movies. Okay, not good, zero at Hindi movies to be more precise. Okay, so I know the hero names, but I don't remember their movie names also properly. Okay, example purpose, pure example purpose. If whichever the movies you are interested, write that one and connect between them. Okay, is the point is clear? Now after this, now already you have worked on the IMDb. Already you are having the schema with you. The ER diagram is there with you. Now what you are going to do is you are going to load the data. Directly you are going to, now next topic which we are going to discuss is how to connect the, okay, this is completed. Now, so this one table is, again, I'm closing everything. So fresh, I'm trying to open fresh. So first they are going to give the database connection along with the ER diagram to you. Okay, if ER diagram was not given to you, you are going to observe the ER diagram. You have to create the schema. I told you how to create the schema also. Once you load the data, how to check in the SQL. Now, once you are having the data, now just I'm trying to open the one more time the Power BI. Now you might ask a question, why you have closed it, sir? Earlier already is there now. Why you have closed and why you are opening? Miss the multiple sheets, that is different now, different example now. Again, I have to remove all those sheets. Again, I have to add the new one, new database. Now here, I'm going to connect with the data source. Click on the connect data source. Either you can click on this or first you can enter into inside, and after entering in, inside, okay, here also you can click on the get data, either there or here, whichever you are interested. Okay, click on this and click on the more. And once you click on the more, here you are having with respect to all the varieties of data in this database. In this database, what is the database we have learned is MySQL. So click on the MySQL and click on the connect. Now in your case, it is not going to show this one directly. You are going to get some error. That connection is not established. Connection is not established. Established. And you are going to get below learn more. Now, if you click on this learn more, it will redirect to the web page where you are going to connect to that one. Connector is there. One connector is there. You have to install that connector. And this connector, what are the connector you have to install now? This connector I'm going to share you directly in the Google Classroom. Okay. Once I share you that connector, only thing you have to do is just click on the install. I'm going to share you the connector. Just click on the install or directly. Okay. Or simply I can even share you the connector only. Okay. This one only I can share. This is the one, MySQL connector. Installation file itself, I'll share it to you. Just double click on this and install this one. Once you install this one I'm going to share it to you directly. Okay. In your Google Drive itself, I'm going to add now itself. 1 minute. So just I'm going to share you the connector between the Power BI versus MySQL. So once you click on the MySQL Power BI connector, you first install this one. Okay. After installing, then open the Power BI. Otherwise, it will not show this one after installing. For example, before itself you have opened. After opening, you are getting that error and you have installed later. Then what you have to do? First, you have to close the Power BI and restart the Power BI one more time. In that, immediately it will not take. It will not take automatically, refresh it will not do. So you have to close and you have to open one more time. Now, so I'm going to click on the MySQL. And once I click on the MySQL database, now it is going to ask the connection. So here it is asking the server. If in the company, they are going to share you the link, server link. In our case, it is in the local host because in our laptop only it is available local server. So I'm going to write the local host as the server. And database, what is the database name you want to connect, miss? I'm going to connect to the database is called as IMDb. What are the database name you have given there? Okay, in your just if you are interested, open the MySQL workbench, and here you are having in terms of, click on this, you'll see here local host. Server is local host and username is root and password is 1234. And once I click on this, I'm going to get the data like this, and here you are going to observe the databases, which database you want to connect. In my case, I have given the database name is IMDb. What are the name you have given, that is your choice. For example, Siva is there. I want to connect to the Siva. So which are the database you are interested, write that database and click on the OK. And once you click on the OK, now it is going to ask the user ID and password. Oh, in my case, it has loaded automatically because already my details are available. Earlier itself I have loaded and there I have clicked on the remember this one. So since I have selected that one, it is going to show. In your case, if it is showing the user ID and password, enter the user ID and password here. What is the user ID means? Root is the user ID. Here, what are the username is that one. In your case, if you have done any modification means according to that. And password. What are the password you have set? And once you have entered, now you can see the all the tables. Select the tables. What are the tables are there? Every table you select and click on the load. The entire data will be loaded. How many records are there? You know already now the size of the data. So maybe it may take time, but it will load. Entire data will be loaded. And once the data was loaded, go to the model view and first you draw the schema, properly set the schema. Already you are having the diagram with you. In your notes, what are the diagram is there? The same diagram should be available in the Power BI as it is. And after giving the connections between them, then automatically now you start doing the transformations followed by analysis on the IMDb dataset. That is your task for today. Is the point is clear? So create the data model for your IMDb dataset, which is already available and already you know the ER diagram. Sir, at that time ER diagram is not available, miss. Today's task is not there for you. For those students who are not having the notes, who has forgot that one, everything. For those students, you can skip today's one because you are forgetting everything now. I am also going to forget. Right? So that is the end of the session for today. And if you are having any questions, you can ask. Data modeling, cardinality, facts and dimension tables, and how to connect the database to the Power BI. These are the things which we have covered in the today's class. In the tomorrow's class, finally, by including everything, we are going to complete one project. Yeah, I'm going to share you the yesterday's and day before yesterday's recording. In another 1 hour, I'll receive the recording. Now see, here you are seeing only 3 tables. What about the remaining tables means? Just here move. If you move, you will see the remaining tables also. If you want to adjust, keep the adjustment like this. You bring all the tables side by side like this. Sometimes some of the connections, whatever the Power BI has taken, it might be a wrong also. It is not compulsory that Power BI has established the connection means. It is not compulsory, it should be correct. So just you try to bring the tables like this side by side. Okay. What are the tables are there? Try to bring all the tables side by side and connect between them. Keep the connections properly. Just to side move left side or right side, you will see the all the tables. Okay. And try to connect between them. Properly give the connections. And after giving the connections, do the analysis also on IMDb. Earlier you have executed the queries. Now you do the analysis on IMDb. Okay. This is your project. Sir, this project can I keep in the resumes? No. This is homework or task. Resume project is you select the data set, your data set. In this, at least I have explained something now. In this data set, I have explained for you the what are the column names are there, what are the this one is there. Something I have explained now. 10 to 20% I have explained now. 10 to 20% whatever I have explained also should not be included as your project, which you are selecting from the scratch level. That should be your project. Majorly, the business problem should be selected by you. You have to get the strongness on what are the in the interview. You have to explain properly. Miss, you have to select your own data. When you completely understand the business problem by your own only, you will have the confidence in terms of in the interview. Yes. This one, DAX function. Yes, DAX. It is the DAX function where you can write the DAX queries. Either you can do in the transform and you can use directly the functions. This is nothing but DAX queries. Okay. Still, any questions, guys? Sir, hackathon solution was not uploaded. Already I have uploaded now. One check in the hackathon folder, please once. Similarly, SQL Server also, Manjari, same way. How we have discussed with you the same as with respect to MySQL, in the same way, SQL Server also. Recordings of yesterday's class and day before yesterday's class, 2 classes recording, I'm going to upload in the Google Drive by afternoon. Okay, today morning only the team, I have intimated to the team because they're absent, they will not be available on the Sunday, right? So today morning I have intimated and they told that by afternoon I will receive the recordings. Once I receive that, I will upload them. Right? Next, I can directly connect to the MySQL and perform all the things in the Power BI. Then what is the point we are using the SQL queries? SQL, see, something we can do in the SQL that is majorly based on the SQL. SQL is not for the analysis purpose. Na? That is basically for storing the data. For example, you want to insert the data. Then in the Power BI, you'll insert. Are you going to insert the data in the Power BI? Is the point is clear? So one is having one purpose. If you are able to do multiple things, for example, SQL developer will be there, Power BI developer will be there, Python developer will be there. Python developer purely works on the Python. SQL developer purely works on SQL. Power BI developer purely works on the Power BI. Data analyst will work on the 3 of them as per his choice. Okay, done. You can leave. No questions, miss. You can leave. If you are having any questions, you can ask. What are the questions you are having? Yeah, Manjari, SQL server we have to download and any connector. Yes, SQL server connector also be required. For example, here, okay, let me share my screen. Generally, what you will get that means like this. For example, here I'm going to try to connect to the database with SQL server. Microsoft SQL server. Okay, when I click on the connect, in my case, it is showing that server and database. And directly it is asking in terms of, because SQL server is by default installed. It is a Microsoft product now. The connector is by default installed. Now let me try to connect with the another one, another database other than my SQL server. SQL server is Microsoft product only, so it is directly. So I'm trying to connect to the Oracle database. Okay. Now here it is showing that, see, I told you now, you are going to get on the learn more. Directly not get the connection. In your case, you are going to get like this. Click on the learn more and it will redirect to the Microsoft web page. And in the Microsoft web page, here it is going to say that install the Microsoft client, what are the tools are there or something. Click on this. Then you are going to install this one. This one you have to select and you have to click on the install. Like this, it is going to be downloaded. In the same way for MySQL, I have downloaded. Either you can click on the learn more and you only can redirect to that page. That is your choice. I have downloaded in my case and I have installed, right? Like that, whichever the database you want, that particular connector you are going to download and you are going to install that particular connector. Done. Others, if you are not having any questions, you can leave. అడగమ్మా. అర్థం కాల, మీ క్వశ్చన్ అర్థం కాల. అంటే మీరు జస్ట్ క్లాస్ అయిపోయాక ల్యాబ్కి వెళ్తారు కదా, ల్యాబ్లో ఫస్ట్ మీరు రివిజన్ చేసుకోండి. క్లాస్లో ఏదైతే చెప్పుకున్నానో అది రివిజన్ చేసుకోండి. రివిజన్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు కొన్ని ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ యాడ్ చేయండి. మీ వైపు నుంచి కొన్ని అడిషనల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ యాడ్ చేయండి. దాన్ని మనం ప్రాక్టీస్ అంటాం. ఫస్ట్ టైం రివిజన్ చేయండి. రివిజన్ చేశాక ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. ప్రాక్టీస్ అయిపోయాక నాకు ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్తో పాటు ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థమైందని మీ ఫీలింగ్ వచ్చినప్పుడు, ఎప్పుడైతే మీకు ఆ ఫీలింగ్ వస్తుందో, అంటే కాన్సెప్ట్ క్లియర్గానే ఉంది అనుకున్నప్పుడు, ఒక కొత్త డేటాని యాడ్ చేస్తాం. యాడ్ చేసి ఫస్ట్ అబ్జర్వ్ చేసుకుంటాం. ఓకే, ఇది క్లియర్. ఇంకా అక్కడ నుంచి మనం ఫర్దర్గా వెళ్ళిపోవడమే. అలాగా ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీరు డేటా క్లీనింగ్ ఉంది. డేటా క్లీనింగ్ ఫస్ట్ నేను క్లాస్లో చెప్పింది ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తారు. దాని తర్వాత మీరేం చేస్తారు, ఇప్పుడు నేను ఎలా అయితే ఎక్సెల్ షీట్లో ఎన్ని టేబుల్స్ అని నేను క్రియేట్ చేసినవేగా, అలాగే మీరు ఒక డమ్మీ డేటా సెట్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు. మీకు నచ్చిన పేరు పెట్టేసి కాలం పేరు, లోపల ఇంటర్నల్ వాల్యూస్ ఎలా కావాలంటే అలా రాసేస్తారు. హైఫన్ పెట్టేస్తారు, క్వశ్చన్ మార్కులు పెట్టేస్తారు, అది పెట్టేస్తారు, ఇది పెట్టేస్తారు, ఏదేదో చేసేస్తారు. ఇలా చేశాక ఇలా ఉంది, మనకి ఒక డేటా ఇలా వచ్చింది, ఇంత వరస్ట్గా వచ్చింది, ఇప్పుడు దీన్ని ఏం చేయాలి అనేది స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాం. అలా స్టార్ట్ చేసి ప్రాక్టీస్ అనేది చేసుకుంటాం. అది డేటా క్లీనింగ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ కింద. మనకి డేటా క్లీనింగ్ అనేది అలా వరస్ట్ డేటా, మనం ఏదో డమ్మీ డేటా సెట్ క్రియేట్ చేసిందని కూడా మనకు అర్థమైంది అనుకోండి, అంటే కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థమైంది. కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థమైతే ఇన్ఫినిట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ మనం క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవడమే కదా. ఒక టేబుల్ కాకపోతే ఇంకో టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకుంటాం, ఒక కాలం కాకపోతే ఇంకో కాలం. కాకపోతే అసలు అలాంటి టేబుల్ అలాంటి కాలం అసలు రియాలిటీలో ఉంటుందా అనేది ఒక ఫస్ట్ అయితే మినిమం, ఒకవేళ నిజంగా రేపు ఒక డేటా సెట్లో ఇప్పుడు మార్క్సే ఉన్నాయి, మార్క్స్ ఆఫ్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్ అని కాలం పెడతా, అందులో మార్క్స్ ఆఫ్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్ వచ్చేప్పటికి 75 మార్క్స్ అనుకో, 75 పక్కన డాట్ 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 3 డాట్లు వచ్చాయి. మార్క్స్ అనే కాలం అయితే ఉంటుంది, 75 అనేది ఉంటుంది, డాట్లు అయితే 3 వచ్చాయి. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి దీనికి అనేది క్వశ్చన్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తాను నేను. దానికి నేను డేటా క్లీనింగ్ అప్లై చేసుకుంటా. నాకు ఆ కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థమైంది అనుకో, డేటా క్లీనింగ్ అనేది అర్థమైంది అనుకో, ఇంకేముంది, ఇంకా అక్కడ నుంచి ఒకసారి మనకి కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థమయ్యాక ఇంకొక కొత్త డేటా సెట్ని డైరెక్ట్గా లోడ్ చేసుకోవడం, దాన్ని కంప్లీట్గా డేటా క్లీన్ చేయడం, మళ్ళీ ఇంకో డేటా సెట్ లోడ్ చేయడం, కంప్లీట్గా క్లీన్ చేయడం. ఏ రోజుకి ఆ రోజు టాపిక్ ఏ టాపిక్ అయితే ఉంటుందో ఆ టాపిక్ సంబంధించిన రివిజన్ చేసుకోవడం, ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ మల్టిపుల్ డేటా సెట్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడం అంటే ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ తెచ్చుకోవడం. అది ప్రాక్టీస్ కొద్ది వచ్చేస్తుంది. కరెక్ట్గా చేయడం అనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఫస్ట్ టైం అనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్ పెట్టుకోకండి. ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ టైం మనం క్లాస్లో ఒక ఎల్కేజీ స్టూడెంట్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి 1 2 3 చెప్తున్నా, ఏబిసిడి చెప్తున్నాం అనుకో, అసలు వాడికి 2 years అబ్బాయి, 2 years 3 years అబ్బాయి, జస్ట్ ఇప్పుడే మాటలు వస్తున్నాయి, వాడిని ప్రీకేజీలో పెడుతున్నాం, వాడికి ఏబిసిడీలు కూడా తెలియవు. ఫస్ట్ రోజు నువ్వు ఏబిసిడీలు చెప్పా అంటే చెప్పేస్తాడా, లేకపోతే ఈ రోజు ఏవి అని చెప్తే నెక్స్ట్ రోజు ఇంకోసారి రిపీట్ చేయమంటే రిపీట్ చేస్తాడు, గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటాడా? గుర్తుపెట్టుకోడు కదా, వాడు కూడా టైం పట్టింది కదా. దాన్ని ఏమంటాం? ప్రాక్టీస్ అంటాం. స్లోగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకుంటూ కొద్దీ ఇంకా ఈ రోజు నువ్వు ఏ అనే లెటర్ చెప్పేసి ఒక 10 రోజుల తర్వాత అదే అబ్బాయికి రిమైండ్ చేయి, గుర్తుపెట్టుకోగలడు అసలు జరిగే పనేనా అసలు? అది ట్రై చేయి. ఈరోజు సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనది ఇది స్టడీస్ అనుకుందాం, పెద్దోళ్ళనే తీసుకో, మీ ఇంట్లో గ్రాండ్ ఫాదర్నే తీసుకో. వీళ్ళందరికంటే చిన్నపిల్లలు అంటే వాళ్ళకి మెచ్యూరిటీ లేదు, వాళ్ళకి అంత బ్రెయిన్ కెపాసిటీ లేదు, గుర్తుపెట్టుకోరా అనుకుందాం. పోనీ మన ఫ్రెండ్స్లోనే తీసుకుందాం, లేదా మన ఫాదర్నే తీసుకుందాం, ఎవరినో ఒకరు తీసుకో, ప్రపంచంలో ఉన్న మనుషుల్లో ఎవరో ఒక మనిషిని తీసుకో, వాళ్ళకి నువ్వు ఏదైనా ఒక కొత్త కాన్సెప్ట్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయి. ఇవాళ ఏదో ఒకటి చెప్పేసి ఒక 10 రోజుల తర్వాత వచ్చి అడుగు, ఎవరైనా గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటారో లేదో చూద్దాం. ఎవడు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోడు అన్లెస్ వాడు దాని మీద వర్క్ చేస్తే తప్ప, ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే తప్ప. ఎవరికి జరగని పని అది. ఇవాళ నేను చెప్పేసి ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్పాను కదా, డేటా మోడలింగ్ చెప్పాను కదా, కార్డినాలిటీ అంటే ఏంటో చెప్పాను, 1 to many చెప్పాను, అన్నీ చెప్పాను కదా. నువ్వు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయకుండా వదిలేసావు, 10 రోజుల తర్వాత ఇదే ఇప్పుడు చెప్పినప్పుడు క్లియర్గా ఉంది, అర్థమైందా అంటే అర్థమైందా అని అంటాం కదా, 10 రోజుల తర్వాత చూసాం అనుకో మర్చిపోతాం. దాన్ని మనం రెగ్యులర్ ప్రాక్టీస్ అంటాం. సింపుల్. అది ప్రాక్టీస్ కూడా వచ్చేస్తుంది. కానీ నేర్చుకునేటప్పుడు కరెక్ట్గా చేస్తున్నామా లేదా అనేది ఒకటి చూడండి. కరెక్ట్నెస్ ఫస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. టైం రెడ్యూస్ చేయడం అనేది ప్రాక్టీస్ కొద్ది టైం రెడ్యూస్ అయిపోతూ ఉంటుంది. ఓకేనా? ఇప్పుడు మీరు నా దగ్గరకు వచ్చి ఒక డౌట్ అడిగితే నేను తొందరగా ఆన్సర్ చెప్పానంటే ఎందుకు చెప్తానంటే నాకు ప్రాక్టీస్ ఉంది కాబట్టి, ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఉంది కాబట్టి. మీరేమంటారంటే దాన్ని ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అంటారు, నేనేమంటానంటే ప్రాక్టీస్ ఎక్కువ చేశాను అంటాను. కంపెనీలో నేను కూర్చొని చేసేది ఏంటిది? వర్క్ అని మీరు అంటారు, నేను చేసేది ఏమంటానంటే ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తున్నా అంటాను. మీ ప్రాక్టీస్కి డబ్బులు రావు, నా ప్రాక్టీస్కి డబ్బులు వస్తాయి, అంతే తేడా. నేను చేసేది కూడా బేసికల్గా ప్రాక్టీసే. కంపెనీలో కూర్చొని నాకు తెలిసిన నాలెడ్జ్ని, నాకు తెలిసిన పాయింట్స్ ఏదైతే ఉంటాయో దాన్ని అప్లై చేస్తూ కొత్త డేటా సెట్ మీద ట్రైల్ చేయడం. మీరు ల్యాబ్లో ట్రై చేసేది నేను కంపెనీలో కూర్చొని ట్రై చేస్తాను, అంతే తేడా. అలా ఎక్కువ చేశాం కాబట్టి కొంచెం నాలెడ్జ్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది, తక్కువ చేస్తే తక్కువ నాలెడ్జ్ ఉంటుంది, అంతే. మీతో నాకు డిఫరెన్స్ అలా మీరు చేసిన డేటా సెట్స్ కంటే నేను ఎక్కువ డేటా సెట్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేశాను, అంతే తేడా. రిమైనింగ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇస్ సేమ్. అర్థమైందా?